Wrong way. I'm Julia Schreck. I am a student here in CFANS, so I'm going to be talking about what I like and don't like about online classes. First is the lecture. So with lectures, it's very easy to get bored online, I'm sorry. But, because you're at home, you're on the couch, so it's really nice to have your professor on screen. I have Professor Ventura as an example. Just because it's more engaging, even as you listen to me talk, you're glancing at the screen, then looking at me. If it's just a static image, as in the one in the bottom, you may read it for the first 20, 30 seconds, and then you start looking around because you're just listening. And then attention wanders, you're not getting as much out of it. Also, when you're speaking online, you want to be even more energetic than you would be in the classroom, because again, distraction is a big thing. So if you're very monotoned in person, you really want to amp it up online, because chances are you're going to fall asleep. And then the next thing is you want to provide students with PDF files of the slides beforehand. It kind of ensures note-taking and makes it easier, so you're pausing the video less times as you write down what's on the slide. It's just easy for preemptive note-taking. And then a lot of people forget to put subtitles on their videos. It's actually very helpful to put it on. It makes it a more inclusive learning space for those that maybe are hard of hearing or English second learners, because they may not be able to hear it as well, but they can read it. Furthermore, it can increase comprehension because you're listening to it, you're reading it, and you're writing it. Also, if you're using big words that aren't on the screen, you can see it. So me and my friend thought the chicken had a waffle for the longest time because our teacher misspoke, and it's actually a waddle, but we didn't know that until it was actually written on the slide about 2 weeks later. So on the test, we would have thought it was a waffle. And then when you're choosing a lecture format, I personally prefer a YouTube version. You can use QuickTime or VoiceThread. I really dislike VoiceThread because it's hard to use and hard to navigate. It's almost impossible to rewind the video to re-listen to what your teacher said. Also, you can't really put subtitles on VoiceThread. You have to annotate it later on as a comment, and it disappears in 5 seconds. You have to keep clicking on it. It's very annoying. So with YouTube, you can adjust the speed of your lecture. You can make it slower or faster depending on your speed of your teacher and what you need. And the benefit of YouTube is you can use it on many devices. So you can use it on your phone, your computer, tablet. You don't need a computer always. With QuickTime, you have to download it to watch it. So it's nice when you don't have internet, but you always need a computer with you then. And then we go on to page organization. It's really nice if you break your pages into tabs by your unit or week. It just makes structure a lot easier in figuring out what assignments are due. So we have the example of my writing one where they did it by unit. So each unit is separate. That's where all the lectures are, all the materials, all the assignments. Easy for me to navigate. Also including check marks on the site, as with here. It's nice because it's just like, I've done it, I don't have to worry about it, we're done with the week, I can move on. Also, you really want to have a consistent turn-in schedule, so you want to be looking at the student view, seeing if you have to hit an extra submit button once in a while or not. I've been burned by that a couple times. Also, keeping the times the same because you get angry emails. I know I've sent some at like 12 o'clock. And then for the last thing, we have grading and teacher-student communication. Grades needs to constantly be updated online because you get less feedback with the teacher. It's really important if you're having a semester-long project because if it's multi-step, you may be doing all the steps and you're going in the wrong direction, but you're turning it online, they don't always look till the very end and you're having trouble. The inclusion of a question form with students can be useful, but you have to have a really quick response time or they're immediately going to go to email because they want to know right away. I tend to use email because I get a higher response rate. And finally, with group work, which is a constant problem, I struggle. I always like when there's a member assessment, especially online, because it gives them more motivation to start early and get in contact with your group. Also, using Google Documents is very helpful when you share it with your professor, because you can go in and look if they've opened it, what they've edited. There's like a special setting. So then you can have some notice of when people have done it, and you don't have to rely on one person's opinion. And that's it. If you have questions, you can email Beth Ventura. Yeah, I'm a student. I'm busy.